Tylosaurus was about to rest on the ocean surface, but the next second its life suddenly ended. The attacker was the famous ocean ruler, the Mosasaurus. In prehistoric oceans, nearly every marine creature had once been its prey. Even the ocean apex predator Cretoxorina was hunted by the Mosasaurus. But the Mosasaurus wasn't satisfied with only hunting marine prey. Sometimes land dinosaurs also became its food. A small hadrosaur was cornered at the shore by a hunter. Just as the Tyrannosaurus Rex was about to deliver the fatal blow, the Mosasaurus suddenly burst out of the water and bit the Tyrannosaurus's prey. Facing such a ferocious predator, the Tyrannosaurus didn't dare move forward to snatch it back. It could only watch helplessly as the Mosasaurus took away its prey. If this scene already shocked you, what happens next will be even more unbelievable. Two Tyrannosaurus Rex surrounded a Corythosaurus in shallow water. To escape these terrifying hunters, the Corythosaurus could only helplessly move toward deeper water, and the two Tyrannosaurus Rex continued their relentless pursuit. But what they didn't know was, a Mosasaurus was rapidly swimming toward them. The Mosasaurus's sudden attack caught the Tyrannosaurus completely off guard. It fought with all its strength and finally escaped the Mosasaurus's bite. The enraged Tyrannosaurus immediately counterattacked. It bit down hard on the Mosasaurus's tail and forcefully flung it aside. But the Tyrannosaurus didn't give up. It kept searching for the Mosasaurus's whereabouts. But the next second, the king of the land, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, never imagined it would meet its end in the ocean, becoming the Mosasaurus's lunch. Even more incredible is that such a massive and terrifying ocean ruler, its ancestors were actually lizards less than a meter long. So how did it transform from a small lizard into the ocean's apex predator? We will reveal the answer in the next video. What would happen if a Tyrannosaurus Rex traveled to the modern world? Could it dominate the entire animal kingdom? When the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex stepped through the time portal onto the African continent, the entire landscape fell into dead silence. Even the lion pride that ruled this land was frozen in fear, not daring to move. Facing a dinosaur king nearly 16 feet tall and over 40 feet long, these lions stood no chance. But the Tyrannosaurus Rex didn't care about these scrawny predators at all. It scanned the horizon, and its attention was quickly drawn to the massive figures in the distance, a herd of African elephants slowly crossing the savanna. African elephants are the largest land animals on Earth today, easily weighing 6 to 7 tons. But for the Tyrannosaurus Rex, this was just starting to get interesting. It had hunted larger prey before. Without hesitation, it stalked toward the elephant herd. The attention was instant and overwhelming. The elephants immediately sensed danger approaching and began getting restless. At the critical moment, the herd's matriarch stepped forward, raising her head and tusks, letting out a deep, rumbling warning, as if telling this invader to back off. Too bad the Tyrannosaurus Rex takes orders from no one. It opened its massive jaws, revealing teeth sharp as knives, and went straight for the elephant's neck. But the elephant's neck was thick and powerful, giving the Tyrannosaurus Rex no clean angle of attack. Those long, thick tusks were like two natural spears, pointing directly at the Tyrannosaurus Rex's head. Realizing brute force wouldn't work, the Tyrannosaurus Rex quickly changed tactics, using its astonishing bite force. It bit off one of the tusks, swiftly moved to the elephant's flank, and bit down hard on its front leg. A Tyrannosaurus Rex had just hunted down a massive Triceratops, and although this meal was abundant during the hunt, the Triceratops's sharp horns had deeply gouged its body. Decades of battles had already left this Tyrannosaurus Rex covered in scars. It had even lost a tail vertebra. However, this latest wound was much more serious. Worse yet, in the sweltering summer, this aging Tyrannosaurus Rex was highly likely to die from infection. The intense pain had taken away its appetite. It had to reach the riverbank to treat its wound in time. Tyrannosaurus Rex possessed extraordinary healing abilities. The river water could effectively clean the wound, giving it hope for survival. Just then, an uninvited guest intruded into its territory. The Tyrannosaurus Rex let out a deep, threatening roar to drive away the intruder. For these apex predators, territorial awareness was extraordinarily strong, and cannibalism occurred among their own kind. However, after carefully observing the intruder, the old Tyrannosaurus Rex noticed something different. This was a smaller female Tyrannosaurus Rex, but it could still be a dangerous opponent. But the female Tyrannosaurus Rex made no aggressive moves. The male Tyrannosaurus Rex also showed no hostility. Instead, it exposed its vulnerable neck and let out a mating roar. Soon the female Tyrannosaurus rex responded in agreement. They were highly sensitive to facial contact. The male's massive build and scar-covered body made it irresistible to the female, so they walked into the woods. Over the next few weeks, they would interact this way frequently until the female laid her eggs. Then they would go their separate ways. Meanwhile, the ever-changing river would continuously reshape the creature's habitat. Living in these waters was Deinocheirus, a dinosaur taller and more massive than Tyrannosaurus rex. Its broad, flat snout was perfectly adapted for gathering abundant aquatic plants, and its 8-inch-long curved claws could easily scoop up tender stems from deep water and into its mouth. However, its massive body attracted annoying blood-sucking flies. Their painful bites made the giant beast restless. Although its claws were sharp as knives, they couldn't reach every part of its body. At this time, a rough dead tree became its savior. Rubbing against the trunk, it temporarily rid itself of these annoying parasites and could finally feed peacefully again. Do you think a Mosasaurus would dare attack a Tyrannosaurus rex? At this moment, a Mosasaurus had just arrived in shallow water. However, its purpose wasn't hunting, but to receive a beauty treatment. There was a group of small fish and shrimp here. They nibbled off the old skin on the Mosasaurus, as well as the bits of meat stuck between its teeth. However, just as it was enjoying this spa treatment, a group of dinosaurs suddenly appeared overhead. It was a Tyrannosaurus rex and its young. Clearly, the commotion they made crossing the ocean disturbed the Mosasaurus. So the Mosasaurus immediately prepared to launch an attack. After all, in the ocean, it feared no creature. Although the Tyrannosaurus rex was also an apex predator on land, in these waters, it could hardly demonstrate its true strength, especially when traveling with a group of young, just 3 months old. So as soon as the Tyrannosaurus rex detected the Mosasaurus coming at them, it immediately moved with its young toward the shore. But in the chaos, the smallest young fell behind the group, and without its father leading the way ahead, it was quickly trapped in place by the current. The Tyrannosaurus rex hadn't yet noticed the young's danger. At this moment, the Mosasaurus had already caught up and swallowed the young in one gulp. Not until the adult Tyrannosaurus rex reached the shore did it realize one son was missing. It was furious, but gazing at the vast ocean, it was powerless. Meanwhile, the old Mosasaurus returned to its spot and continued enjoying its skin treatment. But the next moment, disaster struck. Another young Mosasaurus attacked it. Clearly, it had come to compete for the old Mosasaurus's territory. Although the young Mosasaurus gained the upper hand with a sneak attack, the old Mosasaurus managed to break free thanks to its experience. Then it charged at full force toward the young Mosasaurus, but unfortunately failed to bite it, instead giving the young Mosasaurus the perfect opportunity to lock onto the old Mosasaurus's neck again. Although the old Mosasaurus was much larger in size, its reaction speed couldn't match the young Mosasaurus. However, the old Mosasaurus's experience was the key to its victory. After they struggled for a while, the old Mosasaurus quickly surfaced and took a few breaths of air. Then it immediately turned around and bit the young Mosasaurus, who was also trying to breathe, because Mosasaurus needed to breathe air regularly. And at this time, the young Mosasaurus was almost out of oxygen, while also being dragged deeper and deeper underwater by the old Mosasaurus. This way, the young Mosasaurus could ultimately only drown to death.